behalf of the class of 2018, I'd like to extend my gratitude to the friends, family, teachers, and faculty that are here to celebrate this memorable day with us, as our success would not be possible without your support. 4 years ago, we first walked onto these tennis courts not knowing how to play tennis. And 4 years later, we still don't know how. I'd like to take this moment to travel back in time. August 12th, 2014, our first day of high school. Back then, we were in an entirely new environment with all these new faces surrounding us, and we weren't really sure where to fit in yet. We were merely the new freshmen lost in a sea of upperclassmen that seemed to want no business with us, and we were at the bottom of the strict hierarchical ladder known as high school. Now fast forward 4 years to today, June 7, 2018, our graduation day and final moments as high school students, and we are finally at the monarchs of our school. As we progressed throughout high school, each grade had its own different memories, and I remember them all too well. In 9th grade, we learned that throwing pennies was dangerous, and that the one thing essential to our high school career was procrastination. And for many of us, we discovered that instead of being in a math class, we were instead in AP coloring, where we spent more time stressing over the coloring in our math journals than the math itself. In 10th grade, it was the year where we went with Enrique on his journey, learned about a kid named Christopher and a dog that died in his street, and we grew a slow resentment towards Uptown Funk. 11th grade was the year of Mrs. Smith's and the iconic "Good morning, good morning, good morning, it's time to rise and shine." It was also the year where we finally started to get a taste of what freedom felt like. We got to choose when and what classes to take, got to sign in and out of campus, and we're no longer in that division of upperclassmen. And in 12th grade, it was the year where everything we did leading up to this moment finally mattered. Those 4 years of high school culminating into personal statements, letters of recommendations, and numbers that represented all of our grades and test scores. Numbers that merely showed what you had achieved and not how you had achieved them. They didn't show how you had to dedicate most of your time to family obligations, or spend all of your time split between work and school, or all those times where you fell from all the emotional stress and burden from our school. There are all these factors, as well as all of our values, that we cannot simply write in 250, 750-word essays, that were somehow so pivotal in finding out where we would be spending the next chapter of our lives. There were those acceptances that we couldn't wait to celebrate for, but also those rejections that added to our already piling depression. Yet, no matter the outcome, we kept our heads up, and I know we are all destined to do great things. Our high school experience was interesting to say the least. We had bungalows instead of buildings, and a close relationship with our fuzzy friends from Mother Nature. But these little imperfections are what made our high school experience truly unique. While most of us had a love-hate relationship with the school, some more hate than love, I don't think we could have had the same experience anywhere else. There were the dodgeball tournaments, advisory, and the eventual bags under our eyes, which were not signs of exhaustions, but instead as a cruel initiation to our school. Nowhere else can you find someone that says as many cringeworthy yet memorable puns as Daryl, and nowhere else can you find someone as legendary in dodgeball as you, who is also one of the kindest and most helpful people you'll ever encounter. Nowhere else will you find teachers and staff that care so deeply for their students, where they not only remember our names, but they try their hardest to always have our best interests in mind. And nowhere else will we have a community quite like the one we have. I know that these past years have been tough, and we've all had those moments where we just wanted to give up. But we were able to power through it and get to where we are today. This is really our day, and you should all be proud of it. Thank you all for sticking these years, as I know my high school experience would not have been the same without you. No matter where you go, I know that we can all be successful in our own ways. As long as we have the drive, we can accomplish whatever we set our minds to. We are truly the last ones on the court, and we'll all make our mark in some way. I am not merely standing in front of the class of 2018. I am standing in front of the world's future innovators, activists, politicians, doctors, engineers, artists, lawyers, all difference makers that are destined to make a global impact. Now, before I leave, I want to leave you all with a quote by the great Albert Einstein. He once said, "Your imagination is your preview of life's coming attractions. Never fail to dream big, and you will achieve great things. Never lose sight of your endgame, and never settle for mediocrity. Never lose your passion and drive, and always stay true to who you are. It has been a pleasure working alongside all of you for these past 4 years, and from the bottom of my heart, I'm going to miss each and every one of you. There's no other group I would have rather spent my last 4 years with. Thank you.